Enzo Maresca's vision is finally walking and talking at Chelsea, and the scary truth is that not enough people have clocked it yet.
Yeah, I think, as you said, as a club, we go in the right direction. For sure, there was noise around the club from different things. Now, I think it's quite good feeling that all the noise around the club is just about, the football and the way we try to play, the way we try to get results.
11 matches in, Chelsea sit third in the Premier League table. It took almost 17 months to stitch back-to-back league wins. Now it's 3 on the spin, and not against soft touches. Chelsea beat West Ham.
Esteval Willian, tight angle. Tap in, so easy. Brazil and Argentina in harmony. Esteval Willian tees up Enzo Fernandez. And it feels like a long time ago now that West Ham took the lead in this game. They're getting battered again. Chelsea carving them open with ease.
Handled Fulham.
As this corner goes into the centre! And there is João Pedro! He continues to dazzle for the Blues!
And then took down Liverpool at Stamford Bridge in the final minutes.
Right across for Esteban! What a moment for the 18-year-old! His first Chelsea goal has got Maresca down the touchline!
It's a plan taking shape line by line, zone by zone. Moresca has tightened the middle without suffocating the attack. Caicedo is cutting everything, stepping higher with a completely new confidence. Enzo Fernandez is attacking more than ever, finally playing with freedom in the final third. The wide forwards now track, screen and spring. It's graft first, glamour second. Chelsea on the charge. Straight into the penalty area. How about into the box? Last season, the wingers barely tracked back. This season, the front line is built to work both ways. Esteval electrifies the right flank with his dribbles and dangerous runs. João Pedro adds versatility, drifting inside or staying wide to link play. Pedro Neto brings pace and experience on the left, making direct runs behind the defense. Garnacho stretches the opposition with his explosive speed and constant threat on the wings. The defense this season has been a blend of solidity and tactical intelligence under Maresca. Levi Colwill was crucial in building play from the back, showcasing composure and precise distribution before his injury. Tosin Adarabioyo provides steel in the center, dominating aerial duels and clearing danger consistently. Benoit Badiashile adds balance and stability, making key interventions and maintaining defensive shape. On the flanks, Reece James contributes not only with attacking runs, but also with timely tackles and interceptions. Malo Gusto gives dynamism on the right, combining defensive work with support in wide attacks, while Marc Cucurella offers balance on the left, linking up play and helping to control the flank defensively. Together, this defensive unit keeps Chelsea organised, compact and capable of launching attacks from the back. Chelsea usually start in a 4-2-3-1, but can morph into a 3-2-4-1 when a fullback inverts, creating central overloads. At Stamford Bridge, Marc Cucurella moved inside. João Pedro led the line, while Malo Gusto and Enzo Fernandez occupied the half spaces, and Caicedo's movement and strike opened the scoring. Reece James's inward runs freed space for Gusto to attack, and Estevao's late burst, fed by Cucurella, won it. Out of possession, they press in a compact 4-4-2 that funnels play to the flanks, then hunt turnovers, patient build-up, smart overloads, and structured pressing. Maresca's blueprint delivered the result, and if there's one point that truly exposes what Maresca has built, it's the way Chelsea stood up to Liverpool. From their 4-2-3-1 structure, Malo Gusto pushed forward every time the space opened, effectively operating as an extra number 8 next to Enzo Fernandez. Against Liverpool's own 4-2-3-1, both players positioned themselves aggressively high, forcing Liverpool's double pivot to track them backwards instead of stepping forward. On Chelsea's right side, Reece James drifted infield, creating the inside lane that allowed Gusto to attack the wide channel at full height. On the left, Marc Cucurella provided constant overlapping runs, circling around Enzo Fernandez whenever the Argentine moved into the half space as the advanced midfielder. The effect was simple. Chelsea's fullbacks didn't just support the attack, they reshaped it, stretching Liverpool's block horizontally and vertically in ways they couldn't fully contain. Chelsea's use of high midfielders was central to the opening goal. Liverpool's Szoboszlai stepped out aggressively from midfield to press the centre-backs, which instantly freed one of Chelsea's interiors. Starting high, both Fernandez and Gusto dropped late but fast toward the ball, creating clean bounce pass angles into a forward-facing Caicedo. When the backline release was timed with those drops, Chelsea suddenly had a stable central platform to attack from. And that's exactly how Caicedo found the pocket, turned and struck the opener. Chelsea were then quite content without the ball for stretches of the first half, but still applied aggressive pressure whenever the moment was right. Most of that pressure came down their left side. Liverpool struggled to progress early on because their midfield three were marked man for man. Chelsea's numbers shut down the central combinations, forcing Liverpool to adapt. Alexander Isak began dropping deeper to overload the middle and help circulate the ball across the pitch, acting as the main release option under pressure. Chelsea kept pressing aggressively down their left side, which meant they could attack with numbers every time they regained possession. Salah rarely tracked back, allowing Chelsea to create consistent 2-versus-1 situations against Liverpool's right-back and use that flank as a reliable outlet in transitions. When Liverpool's midfield stepped across to support Szoboszlai, Enzo Fernandez pushed higher and wider, turning what could have been a 2-versus-1 into a 3-versus-2 for Chelsea. As the match entered a phase where the next goal would decide everything, most of the meaningful play from both sides came down that same flank. Eventually, Cucurella delivered a cross from the left that Estevao attacked at the back post to score. The game had become extremely transitional in the final stages, which suited Chelsea far more, especially after the introductions of Jamie Gittins and Estevao. Both wingers drove at their opponents repeatedly, forcing Liverpool back and threatening on every break. On the left in particular, Chelsea had numbers and confidence. They drew Liverpool toward the flank, opening the space Estevao needed to attack the box and grab the winner. Chelsea clearly deserved the win in that game. They were sharper, more confident, and created the clearest chances, proving that when this young squad is on their game, they can challenge anyone. Their energy, boldness, and fearless approach showed how far the team has come. Still, inexperience was a factor. Maresca hadn't played a single over 30 this season, and moments of composure and decision-making were still a work in progress. Even so, the message was clear. A disciplined, focused Chelsea team can match anyone. The win over Liverpool gave them a boost that carried straight into a near-perfect 3-0 victory at Nottingham Forest, with all 3 goals in the second half. The only downside being Malo Gusto's late red card. Momentum carried over to Europe with a commanding 5-1 win against Ajax in the Champions League. Then came Sunderland. Expectations were high for Chelsea at home, and Alejandro Garnacho's early goal seemed to set the tone. But once again, a familiar issue emerged. They couldn't close out the match. Wilson Isidore equalised in the first half, and despite Chelsea having opportunities to retake the lead, time ran out. Sunderland stunned the Blues, showing that even strong performances can be undone by concentration lapses and lack of experience. It was a result that should never have happened. Chelsea dominated with 68.4% possession and 7 shots on target compared to Sunderland's 4, yet it was Sunderland who snatched the win in stoppage time. That loss to Sunderland was a tough one. Just as Chelsea seemed to be hitting their stride in the league, it was a reminder of how fragile progress can be. They bounced back with a win over Wolves in the FA Cup, but the real test awaited in the league, a London derby at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. After the Sunderland setback, there was uncertainty about which Chelsea would show up. In North London, the answer was clear. The team took control, decisive and determined, showing that lessons from past setbacks had been learned. At the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where Thomas Frank's side struggled under constant Chelsea pressure. João Pedro scored 10 minutes before halftime after a brilliant high press from Moisés Caicedo, who dispossessed Mickey van der Ven and provided the decisive assist. Tottenham struggled with misplaced passes and defensive errors, with only a handful of teams conceding from such mistakes this season. Caicedo dominated the midfield with 2 tackles, 4 interceptions, 6 possessions won, and 30 of 35 passes completed, including 17 of 23 in the final third. Chelsea held on to win 1-0, continuing their perfect record at the Spurs Stadium with 6 wins from 7 league games, and demonstrating Maresca's blueprint of high pressing, structured build-up, and relentless attacking transitions. Now, Chelsea needed to find real consistency. They were in danger of becoming a yo-yo team, building momentum only to lose it again. When they faced bottom-of-the-table Wolves a few weeks later, there were no excuses. They had to perform, and perform they did. 3 second-half goals secured the victory, giving Chelsea 3 more points and a strong position near the top of the league. The positives went beyond the scoreline. Alejandro Garnacho finally looked fully integrated into Maresca's system. João Pedro returned to the score sheet. The team kept a clean sheet. Most importantly, their league position reflected real progress. Under Maresca, Chelsea had become a very dangerous team, not just competing, but imposing themselves on every opponent. Even with setbacks against United, Brighton and Sunderland, Chelsea still sat third. The message to Maresca and the rest of the league was clear. This team could compete at the highest level. If Maresca can instill some consistency, Chelsea could be a real threat in the Premier League. Nothing is guaranteed, but after just 10 games, they were only 6 points behind league leaders Arsenal, plenty of room to climb. And yet, this Chelsea side wasn't even at full strength. Cole Palmer had played just 2 league games before injury struck. Levi Colwill could be out for the season with an ACL tear. Other injuries to Benoit Badiashile, Wesley Fofana and Tosin Adarabioyo made life difficult, especially at centre-back. Still, the team competed. Maresca imposed his ideas, keeping Chelsea unpredictable, shown by 85 different starting lineups this season, the most in the league, 24 ahead of second-placed Liverpool. The message was unmistakable. Chelsea is a team in transition, but one capable of challenging anyone. They have shown resilience, adaptability, and the ability to overcome adversity. The season ahead is long, but if this young squad continues to grow and learn, there's no telling how far they can go. If you enjoy